I think they're a fantastic way to kind of like flex your muscles in different areas, both in ways that you're maybe normally exercising yourself in your day-to-day jobs, but also trying out new things, new skills that you might not have, the experience in or the background in or access to, as well as just different people meeting each other. I think it's less about the companies specifically that get built in the weekends and more around the relationships, the learning, and the knowledge exchange. I think it's a mix of how they're marketed sometimes and what the experience has been like. So a lot of these things, I'm guilty of it too, but we organize things around beer and pizza, and it's just kind of got a very naturally macho male sort of culture to it. And the first time if a woman attends something that's extremely male dominated and doesn't feel very woman friendly, maybe all the photos and all the marketing is all geared towards men and they don't really feel acknowledged or accepted, you're not really going to put yourself forward to go to something like that again. Yeah, I see it as a problem. It's annoying, it's exhausting, and I think we're all just a little bit oblivious to it sometimes. I don't think there's necessarily blame to be placed anywhere, but I think we're so used to beer and pizza being part of these things, and we're used to kind of a certain culture where the women that show up, it automatically assume that they're marketing or PR, and I think that's annoying to women who are data scientists and developers that are just tired of having that kind of image and general judgment at the beginning. And so I think a lot of women show up to things, get a bit alienated, don't feel comfortable, don't feel included, don't feel like it's really meant for them. And I think the guys there aren't deliberately doing any of these things. They're just, and women were guilty of it too, but having snap judgments, having stereotypes in our head, a lot of women kind of judge themselves or ourselves more harshly and don't really think that they're qualified, whereas an equivalently qualified guy thinks, oh, I'm fucking awesome. And so they're just maybe holding themselves back. So we've tried to hold kind of more events that are a little bit less are you one of the 10 most amazing companies in the world, totally transforming this industry, and making it feel a little bit more are you doing something exciting and impressive and making a difference, and making it feel more inviting for people to apply. So I think it's just about, eventually I think we'll get to the point where it doesn't need to be a specific effort, but while we're making that change right now, I do think effort has to be made to deliberately make women feel comfortable and included and a part of it. If I could do one thing, it would be around children's toys and the toys that people are given as kids to play with. I was raised by my dad, who ran a software company, and I have an older sister, and he always gave us all sorts of different toys that were not just Barbies and My Little Ponies. And so I think having more interesting, interactive toys at a young age that encourage women to kind of build and connect and experience electronics and experience building things just kind of makes it feel like a more natural environment later in life. I think the advantages of having a more diverse group, and not just gender diversity, but all sorts, provides a more holistic view in terms of user experience and what people's needs actually are. I think we wind up with more diverse thought groups solving bigger and more real problems rather than having a lot of groupthink and kind of people convincing themselves that they're solving a problem that actually is rather niche or not really making that much of an impact sometimes. So I think it gives us a better worldview and better judgments. I'm sure there's other advantages that we haven't even realized, but that we'll slowly start to appreciate as the industry moves in that direction.